What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor, and today we're going to be doing a quick recap on some of the more important things that are going on in the EV world. I'd like to apologize for not uploading the last few days. I have a little bit of a cold going on, and also, as some of you may know, I'm supposed to be moving into a house for the first time ever, and there's been things going on. There's a lot of work that goes into this, believe it or not, and yeah, there's just been some things going on behind the scenes. But I'm back, I'm here, I'm ready to make this video. So a few things have happened. Obviously last week was quite poor in general for EV stocks. The last video I made, I did say that I was expecting that. I was bearish on most things. Now today, I'm recording this video pre-market. You can see that most of our EV stocks are actually in the green, aside from Tesla. Tesla is currently down about 3.45%. It's been down as much as 5%. For this, primarily, they reported record delivery numbers in Q3, but they missed delivery estimates, and there was just a generally bad reception to this overall. But of course, we're going to be taking a look into all of our regular stocks on the channel. We'll take a look at some of the bigger news that has happened as of late. Some delivery numbers came out outside of Tesla, and we'll take a look at some of the technicals for, our Chargepoints and Lucids, our Mullens, all that juicy stuff. Right before that, could I please ask you to hit that like button? It really helps me out, guys. Again, apologies if you've taken a few days away. Just a lot of things going on, and please subscribe if you're new around here. So I think the biggest thing to speak about is obviously this Tesla reporting record delivery numbers, but they're missing their estimates, and the fact that that did lead to this pre-market move of they're down 5%. So they delivered 343,830 vehicles, missing analyst estimates of 357,000. So again, I mean, it's not the biggest miss in the whole wide world. And considering the fact that that is 35% growth from Q2 and up 42.5% year over year, I mean, I think the average retail investor is going to be happy with those numbers, especially given the general climate, especially given all the headwinds behind pretty much every single EV manufacturer and seller out there. I don't think this is a bad outcome whatsoever, personally. In Q3, the company began transitioning to a more even regional mix of vehicle builds each week, which led to an increase in cars in transit at the end of the quarter. Historically, delivery volumes were skewed towards the end of each quarter due to regional batch building of cars. And over the last few years as well, the last quarter of the year has been the best for EV companies, so hopefully we can continue to see growth like this and actually see some nice upward movement in these EV companies, particularly the ones that are established, are bringing in revenues. Now, if we take a look at Tesla's chart on the daily, we can get rid of this for now, I'm not worried about it whatsoever. You can see that they did, to an extent, break through this upline that we had here. Look, there's a bit of fighting going on. If the RSI goes down to oversold levels, I think they could break back up here. But we're going to have to wait and see right now. The market in general is not in a great place right now. The EV market in general is not, despite the fact that, nearly everything is up pre-market. This does happen a lot towards the start of weeks as of late, and then things get sold off towards the end of the week. I would be happy to see them, make any sort of a move towards green today, given the broader EV market. And I would expect it to happen. I think a lot of the people who are selling right now aren't retail, aren't people who are able to trade pre-market. So we could actually see that red to green for Tesla. Ultimately, I would just like to see them break back up into that uptrend, though, pretty much. I mean, they were down at $250 a share today. That basically means that this gap can be considered filled in, and maybe they are just going to go back up. But overall, as a Tesla investor, you have to be happy with their overall performance. I mean, yeah, it's been a lot more sideways, a lot more boring than many, many years for Tesla investors. But still, the growth overall has been insane, and, they are holding their own a lot better than a lot of these other EV companies are, and it's because they are the big boys. Now, one that was pretty weird, Arrival stock gains on production of first verification vehicle in Bicester Microfactory. Now, I don't follow Arrival very much anymore whatsoever. They've obviously performed absolutely terribly from a stocks point of view anyway. I'm not sure if the company's done any good things really, but they did surge 27% pre-market on Friday. Well, you can also see that pretty much all of those gains were given right back. So all I would say, if you're watching this one, the volume was pretty much 4 times their average volume. There clearly are people willing to trade this right now. I'm sure there's going to be some trade opportunities happening, but look, just look at the clear downward trend here that's been going on for quite a while. It's going to be easier to trade this one to the downside off of a pop like that, and I'd imagine that's why all of those gains were given back so quickly. And if you look at that daily chart, they are at oversold levels, but I mean, they pretty much have been for more than a month at this stage. And if a piece of news like that doesn't give any real strength, I don't see a reason for them to make any sort of tangible upward move anytime soon. Now, obviously, the good news is the first van was produced using in-house technologies, including composite materials, autonomous mobile robots, in-house components, and a software-defined factory. And maybe this is bigger than people are giving it credit for. Again, I'm not sure yet. I haven't kept up to date with them too much. I just wanted to bring this piece of news to you guys in case you're not on your watch list whatsoever. And then one that is a little bit closer to home, one that's a little bit juicier for me is this. Nio opens their first battery swap station in Germany. Now, this is awesome because one of the value propositions for Nio always has been battery swapping, and the first one is now in Germany. Pretty interesting one for us. The facility is the size of 2 garages and will later be designed for up to 312 swaps per day. Up to 13 batteries are charged from 40 kilowatt to 80 kilowatt in a grid and battery friendly manner that does not cause typical grid peaks, Nio said. The Chinese EV maker will perform final testing and calibration of the station over the next few days. This will be interesting given the price of utilities in Europe right now. Trust me, my friends, it is painful. We keep in mind that by 2025, Nio aims to have 4,000 plus battery swap stations worldwide, with 1,000 of them located in overseas markets. Pretty awesome. There was a good reaction to it. They were only up 1.22%, but when you see that the majority of EV was bleeding, that is a good day. And pre-market today, they are up again. Now, they did recently break out of this area of consolidation to the downside just on Friday, so you really would like to see them get a little bit of strength today and tomorrow, get back up above that area of support, or else you can expect a further down move, quite simply put. The way the RSI is right now, I would expect some buying pressure to come to, especially given the fact that EV is looking green pre-market in general. But you're going to see a lot of mixed news on Nio right now. There's a lot of good and bad out there, I would say, in regards to their online presence. Keep your eye on them. Again, right now at these prices, I would not feel comfortable buying or selling for the short term. Again, if you want to add to your long-term position, they've only gotten better and better fundamentally from when people were adding in the 25s and 30s. JPM have already taken out their profits from when they manipulated the kazoo out of them. So it might not be the worst thing in the world if you are looking to get long on Nio. But again, just keep in mind where the world is right now, guys. Things aren't going up quickly anytime soon unless something serious changes. Okay, we obviously have to take a look at our charge point. So the cup and handle type play hasn't really played out. There was the breakout and it hasn't gone anywhere in particular. Right now, they're trading on this uptrend. If they don't get a nice day, it's going to be tough to see any short-term strength here. So again, you know, we called it beautifully last time. We made some nice short-term profits, 50, 60, 70% if you took at the top and bought pretty much where the initial call happened. Right now, they're in that kind of purgatory state. There is still potential for that kind of Elliott wave type move to happen here and a nice upward move in the medium term. But short term, guys, I wouldn't have much confidence in this one going either way. And there hasn't been much news at all for Chargepoint, which never bodes well for a company like them. They need news, they need excitement constantly for the short-term moves to be in the upward direction. Volta also came out with some decent news for themselves lately, which could, you know, give people a bias to not go long on Chargepoint for the short term. So right now, I'm still going to cover them constantly. I'm still keeping my eye out for the news. I'm trying to keep my eyes out on forums, find out the smaller pieces of news that don't make it to mainstream. But yeah, as of right now, nothing really going on here, guys. And the exact same thing goes for Lucid Motors. Most recent piece of news was the analyst upgrade, and yeah, it caused up, and we're back down. Nothing's really happening. You can see how boring it is. Right now, for some of these EV stocks, though, guys, boring is good. If they can just stay sideways, if they can hold their value as opposed to losing it very, very, very quickly, that is absolutely fine. Well, Lucid right now, I see no reason for them to stay down here. I really don't. I would be quite surprised if they don't go back up above that 1550 stage in the next couple of days. I just do think they're a little bit oversold and there's not really any merit to it. Now, again, that's not technicals and it's not even fundamentals. It's just kind of, from watching this chart from day one, you get a little bit of an idea of how it works. And yeah, I just don't... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I just don't expect it to really stay down here. Now, I could be completely wrong. Maybe it's on its way to $13, $12. We're going to have to wait and see. But again, I'm fine with it just staying boring for a little while if it has to. Next earnings is going to be quite big when we get an update in regards to deliveries. And if we get a miss and another revision to the downside, I expect Lucid to go down. I'm not even going to try to lie to you guys. Mullen, again, is just boring, guys. There's not been an awful lot happening. Again, even when news has been coming out lately, the volume hasn't been coming through. The moves haven't been huge. Yeah, you can still trade it for your 4 or 5% on most days. I'm sure there are people accumulating their positions to try to ride this back up here, if not all the way up here, if they still do believe that's going to happen. But for me, I have zero intention of touching these guys anytime soon. So guys, that's pretty much just the EV update right now. I'm going to have a video coming on Meta very soon. Wayne, if you've watched this video, I know you want that one. And I think a lot of people want thoughts on Meta right now, and I think it's at a very, very interesting point. Also, a lot of my time is going to be put into researching kind of lithium miners and things of the sort as of late. I really do think it's time to start looking into them very heavily, as a lot of the actual EV stocks are going to be getting beat up for considerable periods of time. Let's try to find that kind of, longer term value in those, maybe some of them smaller cap plays. But anyway, guys, if you watched this video all the way to the end, you, my friend, are a true legend. I really do appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Your support means the world to me. If you did enjoy, please do hit that like button, drop me a comment down below, and subscribe if you're new around here. I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. I'll see you in another video very soon. Peace.